My name is Olivia Martinez, and I'm a senior at Stanford High School.
How much do you think people are affected by rumors?
I think people are affected by rumors more than one would think. What starts off as a small rumor sometimes can turn into a really big deal to one person, and it's not some dramatic, oh, it's a little rumor. It really can impact a person's life, especially because a lot of the times it happens with teenagers, and like as a teenager myself, I know that when I hear a rumor, personally, I want to tell a person because it's exciting, it's new, and it's gossip, and every teenager has the urge to gossip. And secondly, because of social media and like Facebook and Instagram, it's so easy for something to get around and then just spread instantly. So it starts off as a small rumor, suddenly can turn into so many more different rumors and can spread to everyone and really change a person's life. So one rumor may come out and they might shrug it off like, oh, that's just a little rumor, some girl started that about me. But when you have 200 people against you saying different things that were never true, that's the impact that can really change a person.
Hi, I'm Sam.
Okay. If your friend came up to you and told you they were having suicidal thoughts, how would you react?
I would feel really nervous and scared and want to do everything in my power to try to help that person, because I feel like suicide is not a way out.
What would you say to them?
I would tell them that I'm there for them, because usually people wanting to commit suicide feel like they have no one there for them, so I would make sure that person knows that I'm there.
Hi, I'm Danny Williams, and I'm a senior at Stanford High.
Why do you think people often don't want to discuss the topic of suicide?
I think that people don't want to talk about it because it's hitting a lot more close to home. A lot of people's friends recently have been doing it, and a lot of people have been taking it a lot more personally, and they found it a lot more difficult to talk about.
My name is
Yeah.
Nicole Russo.
What are your thoughts on suicide?
My thoughts on suicide is that it's a very dangerous issue and it's permanent, so there's like no taking back when you do it. And I just think that it's to an extent where like you shouldn't take it that far, because you're leaving all your loved ones behind, you're leaving like everything you have, and it just shouldn't get to that point where you like take that to yourself. Like,
What would you say to someone who came up to you and told you that they were considering suicide?
I would definitely tell them they need to talk to someone, and I would try and like force them not to do that, because you shouldn't do that to yourself, and you shouldn't take it that far, because you could do so much more to help yourself and get like therapy and get stuff like that to help you.
Would you tell their parents or an adult?
I would definitely tell people.
I'm Haley Lamott, and I'm a senior at Stanford High.
How much do you think people are affected by rumors?
I think people are affected a lot by rumors because I think it mainly just kills like self-esteem and just brings it down a lot. And I feel like just as much as you're like told not to believe them and say that they're not true, I feel like it's just really hard when like if you hear it like over and over again, like it just gets like drilled into your head. And I feel like then once it gets to that point, you kind of start to believe it yourself, and it just kind of makes everything worse. And yeah.
What do you think goes through someone's mind when they are considering suicide?
When a person's considering suicide, they're at the lowest point in their life and they feel like there's no other way out than death, than to kill themselves. And that saddens me to say, because obviously I feel like everyone should have a way out, and there's an easy way out for everyone, but that's not the case. These people obviously feel like they have no one to talk to and no one to confide in, no one to go to. There's no other way for them to express themselves except for the fact that they feel that the world would be a better place without them, and that they don't need to be in this world anymore.
Do you think that people actually want to end their life, or do you think it's more they want to end their problems?
I think that people want to end their problems, and ending your life is just suicide is a permanent solution to a temporary problem.
Hi, I'm Ms. Tartaglia. I'm a business teacher at Stanford High.
How would you handle the betrayal of a close friend?
I know that I would be very hurt, and I really wouldn't understand like what caused the betrayal, and I know I'm the type of person that would want to just talk things out to find out like what happened, and you know, I could probably forgive someone, but I don't know if I could ever like have that trust to be friends with them.
What are your thoughts on suicide?
I think suicide is bad because there's no reason anyone should have to take their own life, and there's no reason anyone should have to be pushed as far as to having to do such an act on themselves.
Do you think talking it out is the best solution to a problem?
For me, yes, but I can understand why some people like, can't do that, because like, when you are betrayed, there's a lot of anger. So I can understand how some people wouldn't even want to like see the person that betrayed them. But for me, I would have to like come to an understanding. So that's why it would be the best.
Guilt of knowing you didn't do anything to stop it or contributed to the reason someone commits suicide ever goes away.
I don't think it'll ever go away regardless if like you caused them to do it or if you didn't help them, because either way they still decided to make the decision that they made. And I feel like if you were the reason that someone did want to take their life, I feel like that the guilt should never ever go away because you were solely the reason that they wanted to, and that's just terrible. And I feel like if you could have stopped it but you didn't do anything, I feel like you're letting that person down in a way, because you're someone who could have like easily been there for them and you were, and you're letting them down and like their family down, and it's just like I feel like it's a really hard situation to be.
Why do you think people often don't want to discuss the topic of suicide?
I think because people know it's a very serious matter and it's becoming more and more common every day, so people don't want to face the fact that it is present and it is happening and it is becoming more common.
What do you think someone who is considering suicide should do?
The worst thing someone who's contemplating suicide should ever do is keep it bottled in. There's always someone around who's willing to talk to you, and there's always someone around who's willing to support you regardless of what you're going through. No one should ever feel like they're alone, and there's always someone there to pick you up whenever you're down.